Oh, there, this is Anna. This is actually a recap on the trade that we did earlier. I just want to make sure that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, recording and doing a recap for everyone and see how the trade, went and how I look at things. So this morning, like I told you, returning to the mean, returning to the mean, returning to the mean. You guys are probably going to be tired of me talking about returning to the mean because um, I would say that a lot of times. Now, when I need to activate this drawing so I could show you how. Uh, so this morning in RTY, okay, let's kind of blow this up a little bit so you guys can see. So at 9:30, we are going to like doing a W pattern, and I expect this to go to 48. And we actually went there after we broke that. I expect it to go to the BWAP, or, well, go higher above the BWAP at least, or target the second resistance, which is at 63 level once that's broke. And we actually reached that high at the end of the day. So, knowing how to um, do the targeting is very important. Um, I can't emphasize this enough as far as looking for support resistance on a day before, a couple of days before, and, returning to the mean. So if we are already, way down here and we passing the lower MPD bands, that means that there's probability that we are going to go inside the band. And if this is Ninja Trader, you guys will see it inside the second lower standard deviation. But here I have the 32 HMA, and there's no secrets on that. I just want to show you that I use this all the time to kind of see where the W uh, tag, you see where it lies to. So we go make this double bottom and tag the 32 HMA and resume higher. So this kind of thing is very important as far as the way you're looking at things. Once it breaks the 32, you want to wait until it goes back down a little bit to make that W pattern or the double bottom. So let's go to, let's see, ES. I mean, I wanted this to go to 70 at the beginning at, literally at open, but we actually went down first and then go higher. So as far as ES, this is like a return to the mean kind of thing too on how I, traded this thing this morning. Oh my God, come on. I'm going to show you the Fibonacci retracement that I did because those are very important. Capture this thing, activate drawing, and just use that. So here, oh, it's not. So returning to the mean, when I said return to the mean earlier this morning, normally when it tags to 1272 to 1618, especially you get this bullish engulfing on the 15 minutes, that's at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, we're not trading around that time, but I'm saying is that, when we go back, I'm expecting this to go to, my first target is around here, like around 60, 50, 50, actually 60, because the BWAP is right there, right? So I'm expecting that to go to 70 at open. So with saying that, so we actually went down a little bit, tagged at 28, Okay. And that's fine. There's no a problem with it. And I said like long at the 28th level and try to target the 50 and then trail from there. We actually went all the way to 80 and there's no return from there. And you can see that we are, all the candles are just green and it's about above the 32 HMA. If you got long above BWAP, you're gonna need to start looking at your pivots, targeting the next pivots after that. And if you don't do Fibonacci retracement, you're just gonna look at your next resistance to target. If it breaks that, then you go to another line, which is kind of like um, climbing the resistance for ES. So we do the same thing in NQ. We are right now we are above 3680 and I'm still bullish. I'm not gonna uh short until we reach below 3680. So that's what I'm looking for ES. Tonight, I think we might resume to 3700 by the EU session. Anyway, this is just a recap. So we're not going to talk about that. We'll talk about it later. I'm going to go to NQ. This one was fabulous. Trade is anything, this one. I like trading NQ. If you are on any other things besides, if you don't do NQ, you could do the Qs. They act, they're almost like the same trade, but it's in options. So it's like a ETF QQQ if you want to do that. But here's the recap. So we did reach the 1618 level, the 472. This is where it's at, like 5:45 in the morning. The low on NQ gives you 463. So I said, okay, well, we got stop out at open. All right. We did kind of got to return to the mean at 9:30, which is that is the BWAP with from 6 o'clock in the morning, and that's fine. There's no such thing as you'll gain every time when you enter. You can get a stop out. No big deal, just keep going. So what's the plan after that? So okay, then you need to wait. If this didn't break, I would probably go long right at 550. Okay, but it did break. So we have this long candle at 10 o'clock. Now you're gonna have to wait until we get to here because normally it will tag a little bit of that, maybe at 470, 480 level. And you could either wait for another candle to have the doji bar to make sure, and that's what happened. You actually have that beautiful double bottom actually from here to here. I can change this so you can see better how it does as far as the zigzag, because right now it looks like an M, but it's not really. I mean, it can be an M because you could use it too, but if I change it, it's 1.5, I believe. Yeah, you see, you can see the big W in there. So have more imagination on using the zigzag wave, because this can turn into M pattern. Fine, you can short it and then try to watch the lows, because we can resume then, and there you go, ricochet back to the VWAP and then all the way up to almost close to the pivot actually. And that was perfect. That's like 200 points down into 200 points back up. That was amazing. So this kind of trade I love, you know, um, up and down, and I don't mind trending, but this kind of trade where it goes down first like crazy, and then we have going back and forth. This was good. I like that kind of trade. Anyway, let's go to GC. So GC last night, well, we actually didn't trade this morning. I mean, I didn't post anything about it because I was too busy doing the NQ and ES. So really, GC was kind of boring, It goes back and forth. Didn't break the BWAP. It didn't. Well, it did reach it a little bit, and then it go back down to the S2. So here last night or prior night before that, I was long at up to the 1912, and we reached that level. Actually, 1911, and then after that, we got short, gotten below the BWAP. You know how I feel when it goes below the BWAP, and when they do a crossover of 32 HMA and the BWAP, that is short. So start targeting your support as far as the Darvis and connecting the Darvis to the fibs. So those kind of things, what you need to be doing. All right, that's GC. Let's go look at CL. So CL was perfect earlier. And I cover this in the morning. I said, this is, going to be returning to the mean. And you could enter at 46.5 if you want to, or 46 3/4, and target 48. And that's like $1.25 for CL. That's actually like really good. Let's go see SLV and see what's going on with that. Silver. Okay. So silver last night was perfect. I mean, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this morning's trade. This is kind of like boring, like I said, to ramp up to the BWAP, and nothing happened here. So I'm going to talk about it later on the night outlook video and see what's happening, because I think we'll resume higher in silver. So if you want to go long on silver, you can, try to enter at the PWAP on silver. So there you have it. You guys have a good evening. We'll talk later. Thank you.